Alright, Attack on Titan chapter, what is it? 122, I think this chapter is? Oh boy, I'm excited. I've been completely out of the loop for Attack on Titan again this month, which is probably a good thing because it means I'm not coming in with any prejudgments as to whose side I'm on and all that, so I'm just gonna experience it for the first time. Thank God I just happened to be checking out Reddit because I was not expecting the chapter to come out this early. It's come out quite early, the last two chapters, really. Anyway, enough wasting time. I want to get right into this. Oh. Right, so, chapter 122. As always, thank you very much to the translators, and let's get into this. Okay, so this is a flashback to... back to the Uprising arc. What does ladylike mean? Historia's talking to Frida. Well, being ladylike means something like being a young lady like this girl. You like this girl too, Historia, right? Yeah. Because she's a kind girl who's always thinking of others. So, are they going to call her Ymir, like in the manga, or are they going to retcon it to being Krista like it was in the anime? I imagine it's Ymir, but... Oh shit, is that a bucket? Is that a bucket that the devil's holding? Huh. Because this world is full of pain and suffering. And we see, we see some people being led off in chains, perhaps after a war. And one of the guys being, it looks like, I can't tell about those front two here, but it looks like these are perhaps like women and young girls being taken off after the men have been killed. And then, Jesus, some torture, yeah. This is why you should live as someone everyone loves. Oh yeah, this is her. Holy shit, we're actually seeing Ymir in her times. God damn. This is why you should live as someone everyone loves, who depends on others. Did he say who depends on others? Who depends on others. And whom others can depend on. Chapter... Oh shit! This is some... Also, this looks like old Historia. With the man bun, this almost looks like old Eren. But anyway, and whom others can depend on. Chapter 122. From you 2,000 years ago. Holy shit! This is... My God. If there's ever an important chapter name, it's this right now. This is going to be some serious shit right here. And we see, two people marrying by the looks of it. Is this the first kiss we've seen in this manga? I think it very well might be. I think this might actually be the first kiss that we've seen in Attack on Titan. Okay, and also, everyone's eyes are covered, completely blackened out. As has been shown with Ymir in the present, and also in Willie Tyber's plays, where all the characters are wearing blindfolds. So, just thought I'd point that out. It could mean a lot of things depending on the context. I just thought I'd point it out. Is there someone among you who set the pigs free? Shit. It's like I'm reading a different manga. It's like I'm reading a slightly... Well, I say slightly. It's like I'm reading a much less well-drawn Berserk. Not because the art in Attack on Titan is bad, but, I mean, if you've read Berserk, come on. But yeah, this is like... It feels like I'm reading a different manga right now. It's really cool. It's not is there. It's there is someone among you who set the pigs free. Name yourself. If you don't do it, everybody's going... If you don't do it, everybody's getting one of their eyes gouged out. God damn. Slaves don't need two eyeballs. Okay, so yeah, these are fucking brutal times. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a guess that maybe Ymir freed some slaves? I don't know. God damn. Oh shit, everyone's pointing at her. So this is very reminiscent of our Ymir, who, leader of the cult, unintentional leader of the cult, that is. And then when the Malayan officers came to confront them and was like, hey, what the fuck's going on here? Everyone, or the priest at least, the head priest, pointed at Ymir and was like, yeah, this girl tricked us all, it's all her fault. So it's very reminiscent of that. So, yeah. Are you the one who released the pigs? All looking at her. And she walks up and bows. So I wonder if she wasn't the one who released the pigs. But, wait, when he says pigs, is he meaning it literally? Like, did she actually just release pigs? I'm assuming it's just meant to be a demeaning term for, like, slaves or something, but, I mean, it could be either, really. I wonder if she actually did it, or whether she's just accepting the blame, like Ymir did, for the sake of everyone else. You can see their eyes, though. That is a thing. You can definitely make, unlike Ymir in the present, whose eyes are completely blackened out, you can still make out their eyes. They're just, covered in darkness. You are free. Oh shit. Oh shit. Fuck. Oh no. So, is that what this man told her? Very well, you are free. Is that what it means? Like, she's free from their protection, or she's been freed? Maybe it's like she's a slave and she's been freed as a slave, and so now the guards are just free to hunt her down and kill her, or something like that. Oh, geez, yeah, they're chasing her down, firing arrows at her. Oh, we see her eyes. Nice. She trips over a branch, falls down, looks at a flower. Again, running themes of flowers here. By the looks of it, she was already injured on the head. She's running away, so arrows will only be hitting her in the back, so assumedly that head injury is one she got earlier. Yeah. Big fucking tree. Is this is that the beginning of paths, perhaps? Is that the tree? Oh shit, is this where she meets the devil, maybe? I mean, that's a weird fucking tree anyway. It looks bizarre. And it's also very reminiscent of the tree from Elise's notebook, or however you pronounce her name. The tree in the middle of a big clearing with a hole in it, where Ymir-sama was put inside. Lots of parallels, as expected. Although this is just a very strange looking tree anyway. I do love the layout though, just showing how big the tree is with a nice vertical panel. Oh shit. Okay, so she walks in and just falls down. Yeah, into water by the looks of it. I have to assume this is literal and not some kind of metaphor. So assuming this is literal, there's some big fucking pit underneath that tree. Oh. What is that? I hope to God I had to unplug my microphone like a week ago for the first time in ages and plugged it back in. Everything should be working fine, but my God, if I lose this recording, I'm going to be so pissed off with myself. But hey, if you're hearing me say that, it means it worked out well, so, not a big deal. The way the water's... I was about to say the way the bubbles in the water are drawn almost makes it look like it's blood. But it very well could be blood. Although looking at it, it looks like her face injury, her face scar. The blood on her face is gone now. I mean, I guess it might just be washed away by the water, right? And what that looks like very much looks like a human nervous system. This would be where the brain is, presumably. Or maybe this would be the brain. I'm not too familiar with the shape of the human nervous system, to be honest, but yeah, definitely what it looks like. Oh, it's like attaching itself to her. Oh, that's creepy. So what is the implication here? That like the Titan power is some kind of parasite, or is this just meant to be a metaphor? I have to assume it's literal, because it's being presented as literal. But that's some fucking creepy imagery. Honestly, that weird little thing attaching itself to her like that. Oh fuck, this is like... This is straight up origin story. So she falls into this pit of water, and this weird nervous system looking thing attaches itself to her with little tendrils. This is creepy, man. I'm excited to see where this goes, though. This is super interesting. Like, wow. Okay. And then the people chasing her, the tree collapses, and she, by the looks of it, half-formed. The founder Ymir rises up, and she's absolutely huge. Like, gigantic. Like, Colossus Titan-sized huge. Oh, shit, that's awesome. How big is she? Go. So is that what... Is she actually half-formed there, or is that actually what she looked like? Because if that's what she actually looked like, that's metal as fuck. But I'm going to assume she's just half-formed, unless, shown otherwise. Her ribs seem to go up over her chest, which is interesting. Also, no nipples. I don't know if that's for the sake of censorship, or just because... I guess she doesn't have to have them. She's a Titan, right? Titans generally don't have nipples anyway, so... She is fucking huge, though. Absolutely massive. She might be the biggest Titan we've seen. I wouldn't be surprised if she was. Ymir, my slave. You've worked well. So is this? Oh no, this is afterwards. Yeah. Ymir, my slave. You've worked well. You opened the way, cultivated the lands, and built bridges across the mountains. So this is confirmation that story told by not told by Kruger, but the idea that Ymir herself cultivated the lands and helped people was true. That doesn't mean anything about the Eldian Empire. The Eldian Empire could still be absolutely abhorrent. Although, despite this power, she's still a slave, because I guess she's just the kind of selfless person who wants to work for others regardless, I guess. Our tribe of Eldia has grown considerably larger. So the barbaric tribe that's been causing all this havoc is the tribe of Eldia, it would seem. Oh shit, that is what she looks like. Looking back up, sorry, my eyes got dragged down there for a second. And she slumps over. Here is your reward. Oh no. Oh, that's creepy. That's really creepy. I don't like that. You will bear my children. Wonderful. In the name of the Fritz, destroy the accursed Marleyans. Thank you for the confirmation. Oh shit, her Titan form is so creepy though. She's huge. Her goddamn skull face is epic. Oh god, I didn't just use the word epic, did I? I'm sorry. The way her ribs look, it's almost like she's too big to stand up, and so her ribs are acting like the legs of a tripod almost, holding her up. Or, I could just be reading into it way too much. I like her Titan form though. It's really cool looking. It's got the grandeur of how she's presented in Eldian propaganda, but it looks like something off of a fucking death metal cover, So it's like the version of Ymir we've been seeing in like the Eldian stories and textbooks and stuff has been kind of like a really nice heavenly version of what she actually looked like, because she actually looks similar. It looks like you took what we thought Ymir looked like and threw her into a blender for a bit and then took her out. That's what it looks like, and I have no problem with that. Destroy the accursed Marleyans. So yeah, it looks as though Ymir was a girl who stumbled upon this power, this weird parasite thing by the looks of it latched onto her. Gave her this power. And then, because she's just this selfless girl who just lives to serve others, the Eldian tribe, unless I'm mistaken, have been presented as this awful, horrible group of people, have just been using her and manipulating her this whole time. But this bears the question, if the Eldian tribe already exists, then what separates then what makes, I guess maybe what I'm trying to say is, if the Eldians already exist, which they clearly do, assuming this story is true, which, I think that's safe to assume at the moment, then what differentiates these Eldians who wouldn't be able to turn into Titans from the Eldians in the future who are able to turn into Titans? But I think the answer to that is probably obvious, right? The tribe at the moment is relatively small. It'll grow, and eventually they'll reproduce to the point where everyone can turn into a Titan. That would make sense, right? I suppose so. Oh, that's a small panel. All right, then. But she just smashes an army. Yeah, and the Eldian tribe walks through a street, heads on pikes. Oh, shit, look at that. Ymir's sat in the exact same position that Krista is. Historia. I mean, I'm sure I don't have to point that out. I imagine that's obvious. But, you know, I'm just thinking out loud here. Oh, and she does not look happy. She looks kind of, yeah. She's almost, I can't, it's difficult because the panel's fucking small for some reason. I don't know why, it's just gone small. But she almost looks sad. Like she's disturbed to look at this child. Which looks very similar to the child shown in the, actually, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to finish that sentence. Why the panel small all of a sudden? This panel's still large. What's up? I don't know what's going on here. If it keeps going like this, I'll just zoom in on Google. I don't know why the panels have suddenly become small. And yet we see Ymir destroying more armies and land. Second child, looks like that first child's grown up a bit. What's that being constructed? It looks like maybe you have slaves in an ancient Egypt type scenario, slaves moving large slabs of rock to build some kind of monument, something like that. We see Historia walking up with her 3 children through a brigade of soldiers towards the king, and maybe his daughters or his many wives. It's difficult to say from this distance. There we go, it's back to normal size now. I don't know why those few pages were so small. And the king, they're kneeling before him. Wait a minute. I hope I'm not missing dialogue. No, of course not. Of course not, I'm not missing dialogue. For a second I was like, wait a minute, what if this is actually unfinished and I'm missing dialogue? But surely the dialogue boxes would be drawn into the picture, right? So it's fine. Sorry, got freaked out for a second there. So it looks like they're kneeling before him. Oh, wait a minute, I think they're Malayan soldiers, right? Looking at the helmets. They look kind of like Roman helmets, which are what the Malayans were wearing before. So it looks like he's forcing the Malayans to bow down before him, right? That would make sense. And then one of them stands up, lifts up throws it, 300 style. Very reminiscent of 300, actually, just with less abs, which is surprising by Attack on Titan standards. Usually it has way more abs than its competitors. And then is Ymir going to jump in front? That's what I'm guessing, knowing her character. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Oh, it looks like it went straight through her nape as well. Oh, shit. So yeah, spear goes straight through his... Historia? Sorry if I get Historia and Krista and Ymir and all those names mixed up. It's just thinking out loud and I just get words mixed up anyway. If I say the one... Fucking hell. One word. Just for clarification, I get words mixed up when I'm speaking. If I say the wrong word or the wrong name, that doesn't mean I actually think that. Like, in my head, I know what I'm supposed to say. It's just when it comes out, it's sometimes wrong. So if I'm talking and I say the wrong name or the wrong words without realizing, I do know what I mean to say. I'm just saying the wrong thing. Don't worry about it. I know what I'm trying to say. And Historia... Fuck! God damn it! And Ymir collapses. Looks like she's been hit straight through the nape. Don't know why the pages are so small, but I mean, I need to get on this early. Because, I mean, the longer I wait, the more I'm likely I am to get spoiled, so it's best to get on this early as possible. Yeah. Looking at her eye, it looks like she's dead. Or, it's difficult to tell, obviously, because her eyes are blanked out, but it looks like she's either dead or just completely out of it. And, to give him credit, the king does look genuinely upset. But, I mean, that could just be because she's a valuable weapon, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that he cares about her as a person. Also, should mention, this king looks exactly like the guy who was shown in the end credits of Season 2, who was standing behind the 3 children who were eating a body. So if I have to take a guess, I'm saying that, you know, it's these 3. In which case, they're going to eat her body now that she's dead to gain her powers? In which case she can't be dead yet, right? Or, well, let's see what happens. Oh, at least this is confirmation. Oh no, she is still alive. Okay. At least this is confirmation that we do have dialogue. And I'm not missing dialogue. What are you doing? Get up. I know you did not die by that spear. Get up and work. Oh, wow. This is the reason you were born into this world, our slave Ymir. So she was pretending to be dead in hopes that she could not be a slave anymore. So it's like she wants to be free, but she's too selfless to use her powers to forcefully get herself free. So rather than just killing everyone and getting free that way, she is subordinate. She's trying to look for an easier way out, like faking death. Perhaps going to be used as some kind of... maybe in the future this is going to be used as some parallel towards Eren in future chapters. You know, Ymir refusing to fight back for the sake of freedom despite having the power to do so, and it ultimately ending up bad for everyone. Maybe a few chapters down the line there's going to be a scene where Eren parallels this moment, but he chooses to fight back up. Something like that. I'm just throwing out ideas here. But, Oh. And this is the same shot that... Yeah, this is the exact same shot that Zeke saw when he was about to die. She closes her eyes. Blood, by the looks of it, falling on a flower. Fading away, and then the little girl in the sandy field. I mean, it's really wonderful that we're getting to see all this, but I wonder why we're seeing it all. I mean, from a story perspective, we'd be seeing it because the information's important that we need to know. But I mean, in-world, generally speaking, Isayama doesn't show flashbacks unless there's an in-world reason for them, you know? A character sees them through paths, or reading a book, or, you know, something like that. There's always an in-world reason for seeing these flashbacks. Even the flashbacks don't necessarily need an in-world reason, like seeing Reiner's past. We're still presented as Reiner having flashbacks while he's laying in bed, right? So what's the in-world explanation for us seeing these memories now, if there is one? I assume there is one. Anyway, moving on. Jesus. And we see Ymir... Oh, what is that? We see Ymir standing in an empty field and what looks like a massive... some black, like, smudge in the distance. That could just be a weirdly drawn cloud, but it looks like there's definitely something there, unless it's just a quirk in the drawing. Who knows? Oh, and they're chopping off. It looks like Ymir's hand. Eat, my daughters. Whatever it takes, you must inherit Ymir's power. I assume maybe Ymir's getting old at this point. And King Fritz is like, shit, she's getting old, we need to pass on her power. And so, King Fritz decides to have the daughters eat her. Maybe while she's still alive? Oh, Jesus, that's brutal. Eat all of Ymir until nothing is left. Maria, Rose, Sheena. So Maria's the oldest, Rose is the middle child, and Sheena is the youngest child. Makes sense. Biggest wall, middle wall, smallest wall, biggest girl, middle girl, smallest girl. And yet, like I said, this is the exact panel that we saw in the end credits of Season 2. And then we see young Ymir, presumably in paths. Is this like her in the present as Eren is running towards her? Is that what's going on right now? So that's how they passed on Ymir's powers initially. They just straight up ate her. That's brutal. I mean, we kind of already knew it would happen, but having actually seen it, oof. Anyway, moving on. Yep, this is the presence, by the looks of it. Or maybe this is her being trapped in the Paths world after she dies. That would make sense as well. So this could be the present, or it could be the past of her moving into the past dimension. Look at that, though. Oh, it is the past, because look, the tree only has 3 branches. That means those must... Because now it has hundreds, thousands of branches, I think. So these must be the first Eldians to inherit the ability to transform into a Titan. So the first 3 branches, the first 3 set of paths. And then as more and more Eldians with the ability to transform to Titans appear, more and more branches appear, with the big branches kind of leading to the Titan shifters and the smaller ones leading to the just individual Eldians. So this is the start of the past dimension. My daughters, continue to give birth to many children and raise them. We can't let Ymir's blood die out. Oh shit, we get to see like old Titans. Oh shit! Oh, that's awesome. Just seconds. When you, my daughters, die, let my grandchildren eat your spine. Oh, that's gross. Even in the afterlife, when my grandchildren die, those spines will be passed down from children to children. Oh, wait, no, sorry. When you, my daughters, die, let your children eat your spinal, blah, blah, blah. When my grandchildren die, those spines will be passed down from children to children. Even in the afterlife, Elgia shall rule this world with its titans. So here we see presumably the original set of titans, which is actually really cool. So we've got the Colossal Titan. Let's see if we can figure out traits that were inherited. We've got the Colossal Titan, which will inherit her size. The Jaw Titan, which has her skull head. That's really cool, actually. So the Jaw Titan, the reason its face looks like that, it's actually a skull. And we didn't see that because, Marcel and Gilead's forms both had, hardened faces and beards. Maybe that's what the Jaw Titan's face actually looks like. Maybe it's a big skull, and modern Titan technology and, taking, spinal fluid and stuff like that has allowed them to transfer the armor ability over and give the Jaw Titans the ability to harden their face so it's more protected, maybe? I don't know. But it's cool to see that the Jaw Titan's weird-looking face was also passed down from Ymir, perhaps, unless I'm just overthinking it. It is cool, though, to see, the original Titans. That is really cool. And the Card Titan's shape just looks like a horse. Even in the afterlife, Elgia shall rule this world with its Titans. And as we can see, more and more branches. And they shall continue to reign forever. Forever so long as our king knows no end. That's it. Oh, our reign knows no end. Let me reread that. And they shall continue to reign forever. Forever as long as our reign knows no end. That's it. And we see Ymir literally building the armies of Titans out of sand. God damn. Whose face is this? It looks like it's someone yelling into someone's ear. Perhaps Eren? I don't know, I'm just kind of throwing ideas out here. I'm not sure who... Let me go back a page. I'm not sure. But that is a cool shot, though. I'll give it that much. Yeah, it is. It is Eren. Yeah. I'm going to put an end to this world. Lend me your strength. Okay. And they shall continue to reign forever. Forever as long as our reign knows no end. That's it. I'm going to put an end to this world. Lend me your strength. Jesus Christ, Eren. So, when Eren says, I'm going to put an end to this world, does he literally mean I'm going to end this world, as in just rumbling, destroy everything? Or does he mean I'm going to put an end to this world, the world your ancestors created where everything's ruled by Titans? It could be taken either way, really. That was a nice transition into the present, though. You're not a slave. You're not a god either. You're just a human being. You don't have to serve anyone. You're free to choose. What did you say, Eren? You say that you're going to end this world? Stop it. What are you trying to do? And Zeke's running. You're the one to decide. You choose. Whether you want to stay here forever or end it. What are you doing, Ymir? Do as I ordered you to. I'm telling you to take away from Ymir's subjects the ability to reproduce. Do it immediately. Ymir, is it you who led me all the way here? Oh, and Zeke just yelling about how I'm a descendant of the royal family, do as I say, is just gonna push her away more because she's... That's obviously what's been done to her entire life, right? Just being ordered around by the royal family. I am a descendant of the royal family. You've been waiting all this time. Since 2,000 years ago, for someone. Oh, we see her eyes for the first time. She's being freed from that control. Oh, it's too late, Zeke. You haven't reached her yet. That's really nicely drawn, though. Oh! Oh, that's terrifying. Oh, shit. Eren's... It looks like that parasite, or whatever the hell it is, that's latched onto Ymir is now on Eren. Like, Jesus, that's fucking creepy. That's some Dead Space stuff, right? The path's world now, and the walls are breaking. Yep, PX falling off the wall. What? Magath's still alive, that's nice. it's a super small thing in the grand scheme of things, but it is nice to know he's definitely alive. Gabby falls over. To think, all that time, those last 3 chapters, took place in such a short amount of time that Gabby's only just now fallen over from the recoil of the shot. Oh, everyone sees the walls crumbling. Yeah, the walls are crumbling. Jesus Christ. The question is this a small rumbling or a full-scale rumbling? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Gabby, Reiner yells as he reaches out towards Gabby. And then last page. Holy shit. Oh, that's terrifying. The walls collapse, revealing the Colossal Titans, and Eren... It looks as though Eren's transforming. It's either Eren transforming, or it's the original parasite, or whatever it was that latched onto Ymir, is growing and becoming its own thing. One of the two. I assume it's the former. Could be the latter, but I assume it's the former. Holy shit, this is terrifying. This is a terrifying but awesome image. My god, that was quite a chapter. Oh my. Wow, I don't even really know what to say. That was such an interesting chapter to read through. I feel like there's not really much I can say because it was pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. Like, there's not really much to speculate about other than the way Ymir got her power in the first place. But I can still go through the chapter and talk through it. It's just there's not going to be much theorizing going on. Oh, wow. Okay. So, I'm going to go back to the beginning and we're going to read through it a second time then. Oh. That was really interesting. Okay, so... First of all, we go back to Historia being talked to about Ymir, about being ladylike, you know, kind, always thinking of others, live for other people, you know, a person who depends on others and a person who is depended on. And it seems as though this is Ymir's hometown being ransacked and destroyed by the Elgin tribe, by the looks of it, torturing and killing people. Taking people as slaves. I'm still not 100% sure what's going on here. But, oh well. Maybe that's the king? Maybe that's like... Maybe it's like... the king of the tribe. The leader of the tribe marrying the leader of this place that's been taken over and gaining control over it or something like that. I don't know what's going on really. Point is, Elgin tribe took over. That's presumably the king. It's difficult to tell, though. Someone freed some pigs. It was Ymir, or it wasn't Ymir, but everyone puts the blame on her anyway. One of the two. Again, it's all very self-explanatory. This is obviously a parallel to our current Ymir, having the blame put on them, and punished. Potentially for something she didn't do, but it's never explained, so who knows. Yep, she did something selfish to help others and got punished for it. She gets set free from being a slave and then hunted down by soldiers. She runs away, finds this weird-looking tree, falls down into some water, and finds this weird thing. This, like... It looks like some kind of alien parasite. That's what it looks like. I don't want to start saying that Attack on Titan is about aliens, but if you told me that this was an alien parasite, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, that's what it looks like to me. It looks like some kind of weird alien parasite or some kind of pre-human, prehistoric animal or something. It definitely seems like it wasn't some deal that was made with the devil. It seems as though a parasite of some sort latched onto Ymir and gave her this power. Which is very interesting, because that just raises more questions as to what the fuck this thing is and where did it come from, and is this the true Like, if you destroy this thing, whatever it is, will that end the Titans? Like, it raises a bunch of questions. It's very interesting, though. Very interesting. Because, of course, we've also seen lots of imagery of people and their spines, their nervous system. There's the whole thing with Reiner being able to transfer his nervous system, which could be linked to this. There's that shot we saw of Eren in the Uprising arc where it was just his head attached to like a nervous system, spinal cord type thing. Yeah, there's definitely lots of similar imagery to this throughout the show and the manga. But again, there's not really much to talk about because it's all quite self-explanatory. Because it's not that it doesn't raise questions. It does raise questions, don't get me wrong. It's just that the questions it raises aren't something I could hope to possibly answer, you know what I mean? All the stuff in this chapter is either completely self-explanatory or so out there that I couldn't possibly try to speculate on it. And then, yep, Ymir transforms into this badass-looking Titan form. Absolutely awesome looking. Really cool. Huge as well. I'm not sure how huge it is exactly, but it's massive. Yeah, anyway. And then she just goes back to being a slave, because that's who she is. Even when she has the power to do whatever she wants, she still just chooses to be a slave and work for these people, because that's just who she is. She's just a selfless girl who wants to help others and help the people she knows, even though they've done nothing but be horrible to her entire life. They use her as a weapon to take over Marley, just like the Marleyan version of history said. So, this is basically what I already assumed to be the case, which was that what the Eldians said about Ymir being a good person was true, but what the Marleyans said about the Eldian Empire being horrible was also true. That's what I basically assumed was the case, and I imagine that's what most people assumed was the case. Ymir herself was a good person. The Eldian Empire as a whole was an awful group of people, which seems to have been confirmed in this chapter. That the Eldian Empire was actually a horrible group of people, which doesn't surprise me because that's what I always assumed anyway, ever since chapter 100. Yep, they use her power to take over Marley, subjugate the Marleyan people. She tries to get out of this by faking her own death, but it doesn't work. She begins to get old. We see this same panel. I guess this is her transferring to the Path's world. As she grows older, they begin to eat her and chop her up. No, wait a minute. Is this her faking her death? Now, either this leads directly to this, i.e. she doesn't die, but she's maybe on the verge of death, and they get her up so that her powers can be transferred. I don't know, it's difficult to say. Point is, she didn't die from this, now she's being eaten to pass on the powers to future generations. Where we see the beginning of Paths again. This is all stuff I've already gone over. It's a very interesting chapter, but there's not really much to talk about, because it's all very self-explanatory or completely unexplainable. It is really cool, though, to see these original Titans. That is actually really cool. It's not something I thought I wanted to see. Not to say I didn't want to see it, but it's not something... If you ran down a list of things I wanted to see, I wouldn't think about seeing the original Titans as one of those things. But seeing it now, it actually is pretty cool. Also, confirmation that the Beast Titan is just always a monkey, presumably. I mean, arguing that the Beast Titan can turn into other animals now would require some real mental gymnastics, in my opinion. But still, anyway. That's it. See, here's the thing. It's difficult to say. Does Eren want to destroy the world, literally just destroy everything? Or does he want to destroy the world that's been created? You know, this world where Eldians and Titans rule everything. Because the way it transitions from the king talking about how Eldians will rule the world forever to Eren saying, let's end this world, implies that he wants to end. That's how I imagine it's going to be. I imagine it's meant to be so it sounds like he wants to destroy the world here, but... later down the line, you'll look back and be like, oh, what he meant is he wanted to destroy the blah 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 world. You know what I mean? And then he gives Ymir this speech by she doesn't have to be a slave. She doesn't have to. She can be free. She can choose her own path. Zeke tries to stop it because he rightfully fears that Eren's going to destroy the whole world. At this point, like, you can't blame characters like Zeke and Reiner for wanting to stop Eren when he literally just said he wants to destroy the world. Of course, he probably doesn't mean that, unless he does, but he probably doesn't mean that. He probably wants something, hopefully a bit better. But Zeke and Reiner and them would have no reason to know that. So, and then Zeke's like, no, follow me, I'm royal family, follow my orders. But that, of course, would just push Ymir away even further. And Ymir makes her own choice. And this creepy as hell shot of, oh, that's so creepy. That's so creepy. And the thing is, though, right, it looks as though it shot out of Eren's body and spiraled in and attached itself to Eren's head. But at the same time, it looks like the bottom of Eren's head is glowing a little bit, so maybe it shot out of Eren's head and went back into the body. Maybe that's what happened. It's difficult to say. One of the two. One of those two things happened. The walls collapse, the rumbling begins. Reiner reaches out to help Gabby, and this massive fucking thing begins to form. I don't even know. I'm excited for next chapter, but I do not know what's going to happen. This is like... If you asked me 5-6 chapters ago if I thought the story was going to end soon, I'd be like, nah, it doesn't feel like the end of the story. It feels like there could be another 50 chapters and it would still, be enough to keep going. But now this is feeling like the end of the story now. Fucking anime onlys are not ready for season 4. Anime onlys are not ready for season 4. Oh my god. I would love to spend hours analysing this chapter, but there isn't really much to analyse. It's kind of all self-explanatory, like I said. The wall titans are coming out, the rumbling is beginning, but we can't tell if it's a full-scale rumbling or just a one-wall rumbling yet. And either Eren is transforming into this giant titan, or the parasite that originally latched onto to Ymir 2,000 years ago, is freeing itself. One of the two things is happening. I assume it's the former. I don't really have much more to say. This is a really interesting chapter, and I'm extremely excited to see what happens in the next chapter. Extremely excited. I'm so happy I avoided spoilers. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. It's all cool. If you want to see more videos like this, I'll try to get edited videos out some point in the decade, but who knows. Feel free to subscribe if you want to. You don't have to. It's all cool. This was a really interesting chapter. I'd love to talk about it more, but like I said, I don't really have anything else to say. So, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you next time.